High school students that are coming in, you're sitting in your normal seats. We just push it 3 rows back. If you're a senior, whether you're talking or not, you're in the front rows. If you are a guest today, we have rows up front reserved for you. Also teachers, if you would like to come sit up front. All seniors to the front, please. You're supposed to be sitting in your assigned chapel seats. We're just pushed back. If you're a senior, everybody's up front. Surprise! Teachers, parents, we save seats for you. All seniors in the front, everybody else in your assigned chapel seat. If you are a senior, I need all seniors to the front. If you are a guest of a senior, we have saved seats up here for you. Parents and guests, we have seats for you. Gracie, if you want to come sit up here. Parents, if you want to come sit up here, you can.
Well, good morning, and we're certainly glad to welcome you to the first of 2 senior chapels with a graduating class of 20. We, of course, can't do that in one chapel time, and so I think next, Thursday will be the second, and so we'll hear from 10 of our seniors today and then 10 more next week. We're certainly glad to have family with us, some of our staff, of course, able to join us, and a few of our elementary students here as well to see what they have to look forward to. High school students, I want to just remind you that this is a celebration. We're excited for our seniors. They've worked hard to get to this point, and we want to, of course, be respectful to them and to their guests. I'm not against cheering, but if you understand the idea of a cat call, the whistling, the woohooing, and stuff like that, we'll keep that to a minimum, okay, to be respectful to our seniors. We can certainly applaud for them and cheer, and we're excited for the next step of their lives and what lies before them, and especially this next month and many, many milestones. And so our senior chapel has been going on for years. It's a long tradition at Suburban Christian School to give our seniors an opportunity to thank some people that have been influential in their lives, maybe to share a defining moment with you, something that they look back on, maybe something that was funny, or maybe something that seriously has impacted them positively, and to just kind of leave behind some words of encouragement for those of you that will be coming behind them in the next few years. And this will be you, for you juniors. This will be you next year. And sophomores, those 2 years will go quickly. And freshmen, I know you think you're just starting your high school journey, but you're about a quarter of the way there already. And so it'll happen quickly. And so enjoy your high school time. Don't be looking to just, I can't wait till I get out of this place. Yeah, there's things waiting for you that are wonderful beyond high school. But enjoy high school. And I think of anything in this class, that's an idea that I would have, that they have enjoyed their time here. Maybe enjoyed it a little too much at times, but overall, I can say that it's been enjoyable to have them in our school. And even when they show up at the administrator's house at 7 o'clock on a Saturday morning, yeah, that's okay. If you don't know about that, I think there was 14 or 15 of them that showed up at my house this last Saturday morning. We ate donuts and had breakfast casserole and reminisced about some of the good times. But we will miss this class, but I am excited to see what God will do with them. They have much potential, and they're not just potential anymore. When they're in junior high, they're potential, right? Oh, let's get these kids through. But now it's like so much more than just potential. They're growing into Christian young men and young women, and we're so proud of them and looking forward to what they can become. So I don't want to take any more of our time because I know our time is limited. I know that they have the order, I've been told. Mr. Davis said, if they don't know, it's not because I haven't emailed them 20 times. So I'll just let you guys come up. If you feel comfortable holding the mic, that's fine. This is being live streamed, and so we want to make sure that the mic, that people can hear not just in the room, but also for the purpose of the live stream. That will be available on our YouTube channel. So all you have to do is go to YouTube and search for Suburban Christian School, and you should be able to find us. It'll stay up there indefinitely as long as we don't have any crazy antics today. No, it'll stay up there, and so you can share it with your family or friends that weren't able to be with us today. Let's have a word of prayer, and then we'll have our first person come up and share their thoughts with us. Let's pray. Lord, we do thank you that we can take this time aside, Lord, and just pause and reflect and to celebrate with our seniors, Lord, their time and the memories that they've had from their time here at Suburban Christian School. Lord, it certainly has been a privilege to have them in our school, to have been entrusted with their family, the great burden of seeing them along this journey of academic growth, Lord, personal growth, and most importantly, spiritual growth. And so we pray that this time would be a time of reflection, certainly a time of rejoicing. And Lord, help our seniors to be able to clearly speak these words of thanks and to encouragement to their fellow classmates today. For it's in Christ's name we do pray. Amen. All right, who's first? Luke.
Hello. Okay, so I'm a little nervous, so bear with me. First off, I would like to thank God and my parents for allowing me to be here and go to this school. And I want to thank my parents for supporting me all these years and always showing up for me at games and stuff like that and being there for me. I want to thank all the teachers who have put time and effort into teaching us. First off, I'd like to thank Mr. Borders. When I first had you as a teacher, I thought you were mean and scary, But then, as the years went by, I realized how nice you were, and you were a fun teacher to have, except for the debates. Mrs. Zario, I want to thank you for being such a good English teacher and just a good teacher in general for us, and thank you for caring for us. I missed having you as a teacher for the past couple of years. Mrs. Reynolds, thank you for being a good teacher and sponsor and caring for us, and for always helping us and setting up for Carnival Days and all the events that we've had throughout the years. I'll miss working at the Carnival and all the other stuff we've done. Pastor John, I don't think you're here, but thank you for being a good Bible teacher and a pastor to me. You really taught me a lot of good life lessons. Mrs. Reg, I've enjoyed your class, even though I have not done the best this year in English, but it was fun, especially when we all got up and walked out of the classroom when Aiden asked to go to the bathroom. Mr. Sarver, I want to thank you for actually helping me understand math. I did terrible in math until I had you, so thank you for making math easy. I'm sorry I didn't have you as a teacher this year. Also, thank you, Pastor Hobson, for being a good Bible teacher and telling us interesting stories. Also, shout out to my Teacher's Aid class. Thank you all for being a good Teacher's Aid class, and thank you, Ms. Stapert. Also, another shout out to my least favorite freshman and my brother, Jack Carter. Thanks for being a pretty good little brother. I'll miss seeing you at school. Okay, so now to my classmates. First off, I want to give a shout out to my first friend at Suburban, Brady. I'll never forget on the first day of school in 7th grade when at the end of the day you came up to me and asked for my Fortnite username. So thank you for being my first friend. Chad, you told me I need to cry over you when I mention you, so I'll try my best. But anyways, Chad, you're annoying because you're so good at everything. Like, I don't even know how. But yeah, Chad, you're funny too. And not even there half the time when you make the jokes. You'll just say the most random stuff, but that's what makes it funny. Wade, you're also really funny. You also make class not boring unless you're asleep. I'll never forget the time when you asked me to bail hay at your grandma's and you felt bad because your grandma paid me $50 and you tried to give me $100. And also when you made fun of Zach for the Sammy cut in like 8th grade. Zach, one thing that will always stick out when I think of you is the Sammy cut back in 8th grade. I don't remember what grade it was. It might have been 9th, but it was so funny. Was it 10th grade? Oh, okay. Anyways, Zach, you're very smart. I hope you become a good orthodontist one day. Juan, I'll never look at you the same after anatomy class. I did not know that. Anyways, you're a really good guitar player. I hope you keep on playing. David, one of the funniest things that's ever happened in my life is when you hit Bryce on the head with a ball of goo and it exploded everywhere and went on the carpet. And we tried to clean it up before my mom got home, and we laughed for like an hour straight. You're really funny and make class very funny, and you're a really good volleyball player. Samuel, I don't know how you sleep in class every day and are like the smartest person in the class. One thing I will always remember is that I still feel bad for hitting you in the face in basketball and knocking your tooth loose, so sorry for that. Aubrey, we're just friends because of Mackenzie. Just kidding, obviously. I'll miss all the youth rally talks with you and Mackenzie and all the fun we've had together, but I won't miss your terrible jokes. And I'll never forget you crashing your car twice. That was your fault and not Chris's. Andrew, you're crazy. I've never seen someone have so much natural athleticism like you. It's crazy that you can jump crazy high. I'll miss talking to you and Mackenzie in study hall about random things. You're a very good friend and person, and I hope you have fun at PTC. Oh, and also I still won't forget the time you almost cracked my head open at Maranatha when you slammed my head against the ground with a pillow. Now to my best friends, Aiden and Mackenzie. You two have been my best friends for a while and know me better than anyone. Aiden, we've had our ups and downs in our friendship, mostly ups though, but you've been my best friend for a while, and we have so much fun together. I can't believe you're alive because of how many concussions and health scares that you've had in years. You're one of the funniest people I know. One of my favorite memories is when we caught that catfish and we were freaking out and we were more excited than winning state. There's so much I could say, but I'm going to miss hanging out with you every day and going to the gym with you every day before school. That is if you get up. Just kidding, though I haven't gone up sometimes too. Thank you for sharing all your pre-workout all the time because I don't have any. I owe you a lot of pre. And thank you for taking me to the gym when I couldn't drive, just taking me places in the gym all the time, like taking me home after games and stuff. But going to the gym with you and laughing at stupid jokes or reels in the morning is something I'll miss a lot. You are one of the biggest yappers I know, but that's good because I usually don't talk a lot. I just sit there and pretend to listen. Just kidding, obviously. But I'll miss you yapping and random stupid jokes. I hope we'll go to the gym together after high school. I'll miss you, man. Mackenzie, you're my best friend and closest friend, and you understand me more than anybody. In 7th grade, we weren't that close, but in 8th grade, that's when I really started to get to know you. I'll miss the notebook we used to write in each other and tell each other about our days and lives and stuff that we used to do in 8th grade. As the years went on, we were still good friends, but I felt like we really became best friends in 10th grade, and we've only gotten closer. I'm so glad for our friendship and how close we are. I'm going to miss talking to you and telling you about your day or just stuff that's going on, or funny stuff that happened. I'm going to miss going out to eat with everyone and you after games and having fun, or going on trips and sports and stuff. You're so funny, and you always make me laugh, and you always make me feel funny by laughing at my jokes, even when they aren't funny. You're one of the nicest people I know and one of the easiest people to talk to. I'm going to miss all the talks we had with Andrew in study hall and all the talks we had with Aubrey and Aiden, even though they would fight half the time of the talks we had. Thank you for being my best friend and always being there for me. As I close, I just want to say, make the most of high school and enjoy it while it lasts because it goes way quicker than you think. And I never thought it would be this fast, but here I am now. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Aubrey. I have been going to Suburban since kindergarten, so for 13 years. I have watched so many senior speeches, and it is crazy to be the one actually up here giving the speech. First, I would like to thank a few people. Thank you to my parents who have always been there for me and been my biggest supporters and always encouraged me to rely on God in everything. They're not able to be here, but they are watching live stream, so hi, Mom and Dad. Thank you to my sister, Carissa, for always being there to talk with me and keep me awake on the drives to and from school, even though she did make me get in an accident the other day. And if you ask her, she's going to tell you it wasn't her, but you can ask Brooklyn and Natalie because they were both in the car, and they can tell you the true story. Thank you to Kenzie for being my best friend. You have always been there for me since kindergarten, and I couldn't imagine doing life without you. And I already didn't come half of the year, but it would have been way less without you, so it's good. Also, thank you to Andrew, Chad, Luke, Wade, and Aiden for always making me laugh or cry, depending on the day, and for always giving your opinion even when you're wrong. And by the way, love at first sight is not a real thing. Next, I want to say thank you to all of our teachers over the years, but I'm going to name a few specifically. Mr. Wilhelm, thank you for being the best principal and for always being willing to talk with us, and thank you for letting us come to your house at 6 in the morning, even if you didn't really have a choice, and thank you in advance for not being mad about our senior prank. Anyway, Mr. Ellis, thank you for being an amazing teacher, even if we only had you for half of the year because of COVID, and also thank you for getting my car to the mud after Aiden got it stuck. Mr. Zario, I know we only had you for a few years, but in those years you taught us so much, and you are an amazing example of Christ-like love. Thank you for always being willing to talk for us and be there for us. Thank you to Pastor Hobson for being the best Bible teacher and for always letting us talk instead of having class. Mr. Borders, thank you for dealing with us for the past 3 years. I remember in junior high, I was always scared to have you as a teacher, but thankfully you aren't actually that scary, except for when there's only 3 phones in the phone box. Thank you for always answering David's dumb questions, and I know you wouldn't admit it, but we all know we're your favorite class. Thank you to both Mrs. Reynolds for being our sponsors and working with us, even if we change what we want 100 times. Thank you to Mr. Davis and Mr. Gore for being our athletic directors, and specifically thank you to Mr. and Mrs. Davis and Ms. Reynolds for making senior night so special earlier this year. A piece of advice I would give is to get involved. Whether it's in sports, the play, fine arts, or teacher's aid, you will have a much better experience if you just do something else than just school. Lastly, to my class, it's crazy to think we'll go from spending 40 hours a week together to barely seeing each other. And while I won't miss the school part, I'll miss talking every day, and I might even miss getting rage baited by Aiden and Wade in Mr. Regg's class. A lot of us have been together since kindergarten or even before. First, Wade and Chad were here in preschool, and then me, Kenzie, Brady, Aiden, and Valerie joined, and through the years, different people that came into our class that made it complete, and I wouldn't want to spend my senior year with anyone else. All the time we spent together has been so much fun, and I can't wait to see what God does in all of your guys' lives.
Hello, everybody. My name's Chad. I've been attending Suburban for 15 years now, And saying that I've learned a lot would be an understatement. But the first thing I want to do is thank the people that helped me along the way. The first person that deserves all of my praise is God. I owe everything that I am to him and everything that I will be. Where am I? The next people I'd like to thank is the administration. Mr. Wilhelm, Dr. Borders, and Mr. Ellis. I greatly appreciate everything that you guys do to ensure that this school takes the best next step. And this school is great with you guys. Thank you. The next group of people that I want to thank is my teachers. Mr. Sarver, Mrs. Rosario, Mrs. Reynolds, Mrs. Rueg, Mrs. Miller, Mrs. Parker, Pastor Hobson, and Dr. Borders. Your persistence in ensuring that your students have the best education possible is a big reason why I can stand here today and talk to my fellow high schoolers. But, sorry. The next people I'd like to thank is my friends. Wade, Mackenzie, Brady, Aubrey, Aiden, Andrew, Luke, Juan, and David. You guys have made school enjoyable and something to look forward to. I couldn't have asked for a better group of people to grow up with. Finally, my family. Peyton and Jared, I'm glad you guys could have the best little brother possible. But you guys are the best siblings someone could ask for, and I'm proud to be called your little brother. All right, hold on. Mom, hold on, I can't see. Thank you. I did lose my place. I'm trying to find it. Mom, you've taught me to always do the best that I could possibly do, even when I don't want to do it. Like every night when you would ask me if I had my homework done. I probably didn't, but I told you I did anyways. But thank you for always pushing me to do my best. Dad, you've taught me everything I know. Oh gosh. Whether it's sports or academics, every time somebody asks me where I learned it from, I can proudly say that my dad taught me. All right. I should be done. All right, and finally, my words of wisdom to everybody here. Whether you have 1 year or 3 years, all right. Finally, my words of wisdom to everybody. Whether you have 1 year or 3 years, cherish the moments that you have with your class. Because these moments will be gone before you know it. And you'll be standing here where I am, looking back on them instead of looking forward to them. So just cherish those moments, and you'll have a good high school. Thank you.
Hello. I'd like to start off to thank God for everything He's blessed me with. Definitely wouldn't be here without Him. So just give Him all the praise and glory for that. Thank my parents for always pushing me to work hard, do my homework, study, even when I never wanted to, and do my best in everything that I do. I'd like to thank the teachers here for caring and sacrificing time to help me succeed and help all my classmates succeed. I'd like to thank Mr. Wilhelm for being the most chill principal. And Mr. Borders, you're a really good teacher. Thank you. I've learned a lot in your class. Finally, I'll thank my classmates for making school so fun and memorable. I've had so many fun moments that I don't think any other class could provide. I wish you all the best in life, and I hope you succeed. And thank you.
Hello, my name is David, and for everything, I would like to thank God. Best decision I made in my life was accepting Christ as my Savior. I would advise all of you guys, if you haven't done that too, accept Him as your Savior. And then I would like to thank my parents, coming from a third world country and coming here, sacrificing the life they had behind them just for me to have this opportunity. I'm thankful for that. And then I'd like to shout out all my teachers. I can't shout them out individually, but I'll try my best. Coach Ellis, Mr. Ellis, Admin Ellis, Bradley Ellis. He started the volleyball team because me and Noah begged him to, and thankful for that. But a few of my coaches, like Coach Green, Rudy, Pointer, Aaron. Special thanks to Rudy for shaping me to be the man I am today and giving me my confidence. And Pointer for giving us advice how to be a man, a biblical man. Thanks to Mrs. Rosario. A lot of teachers give you advice, but I think I'll have to take this out. Thanks to Mrs. Rosario. She leads not only by words, but mainly by example. And she's super patient, and you can tell she cares about you because she teaches everyone at their own pace. So I'd like to thank you for that. Mrs. Reynolds, she kind of did everything. She's a friend, teacher, class sponsor. Yeah, thanks a lot for everything. And I think snack cart is probably the best thing Suburban's ever had. Mrs. Parker, in 8th grade, I don't even know what I did, but during a study hall, she made me stare at the big pencil for like 15 minutes. Thanks for that. Mrs. Miller, goated todos los días. And then she has probably the longest temper I've seen in my life. I have a little thing said for her. Señora Miller, aunque no fui el mejor estudiante de español, le estoy muy agradecido y si bien es posible que no utilice el español que me enseñó durante el resto de mi vida, sin duda aplicaré las lecciones de vida que aprendí en su clase. Gracias. I understand like at least 5% of that. And I'd like to thank all my Bible teachers, Pastor Ray, Hobson, Mr. McCall for being great teachers, with the exception of Mr. Davis and Mr. Fender. No, I'm kidding. I think all our Bible teachers were great, but I'd like to also thank Mr. Davis especially for being the sweatiest athletic director. And no matter what he was wearing, you could always see his sweat through whatever he was wearing. And after the games, he's always running around picking everything up, so thanks, because I don't want to do that. And also, I'd like to congratulate him for running a half marathon in 10th grade. When we were 10th graders, it only took him around 34 hours, so good job. Thanks to Mr. Gore for being athletic director and getting onto me for things, like allegedly driving without my license. And Mrs. Gore, thanks for letting us play chess your whole class. I still don't know how to play chess. I actually forgot a lot, but thanks for letting us play chess. And then Mr. Sarver and Mr. Borders, you two are very different because out of all the teachers, you stuck with us through our whole high school. And thanks for being loyal to us, even though you have good reason to leave us. Mr. Borders, you're super smart. The more I'm in your class, I just learn more about like how much knowledge you actually have. Even though we might not agree on everything, I think you are really smart, and it's nice to have you as a teacher. Mr. Sarver, a great math teacher, makes math really easy to learn. and makes it fun. I kind of enjoy that. We have such a small class in our senior year for your class, so it's like our little clique of pre-cal students. And then Mrs. Rueg, I don't know where she is, but you're low-key like my twin flame. And like most people with their students, they're like this, but we're tight. We're like this. And then Mrs. Glover, teaching a whopping 3 students, but she still does her job, and she provides great advice. And then Mr. Bates, we only had him 9th grade, but this is all in all due respect to him, but I'm surprised that he's alive. Since he said he planned to die while teaching, and we all thought it would be during our time here. Well, we have like 3 weeks left, and I would think he's gonna be gone soon. So congratulations to you. You're a pretty fun teacher to have around for gym and for health. Special shout outs. Tong Tong, Nathan, and Joshua, because they asked me to. My glorious king, Boy Lai. My girlfriend, LeBron James, for being the GOAT. And then, like, I have a few upperclassmen I would like to mention. I could only fit the elite classmen up here. So Bryce Perry, Ryan Johns, Jeffrey Carpenter, Sabria Morris, Ethan Dennis, Elijah Bowles. Those were the elite students that I have recognized. And then I'd also like to thank my lunch table. And every once in a while we have Mexican, and it's kind of funny to see that everyone in the lunchroom is suddenly friends with us when we bring Mexican food. And then I'd like to thank my whole senior class. I mean, if I went around thanking everyone individually, I think I would take like the whole time here. So I won't go on my way to do that. And then to my little brother, not many can say they have a brother that's handsome, dependable, creative, charismatic, funny, yet mature, and understanding. I'm glad to say Henry does have the privilege to say he has a brother like that. You can be like your big bro one day, maybe. And then words of advice to the underclassmen. This is a quote by Duke Dennis, and I'll end it off here. If you wasn't invited, don't ask to go. And don't accept like invites that's in the air. Like if they all make complaints without you, and they notice you and give you an invite, that's in the air, and don't ask to go. And we all worked on this last second, all of us. So I'm kind of proud of us for making these speeches, good or not. So yeah, I'd like to end it off here.
Sorry, I can't see. Oh my gosh. 1 second. Okay, hi everyone. I want to first thank God for guiding my life and bringing me to where I am today. There were times when I didn't understand why things were happening the way they were, especially when I was first sent here. Back when I was 12, my parents had told me that they had enrolled me into this school. My first reaction was to cry. I was frustrated, uncomfortable, and convinced that I didn't belong to a school like this. But now standing here, oh my gosh, I realized that this place gave me much more than I could have ever expected. It gave me the people who mean the most to me, gave me friendships I'll cherish forever, but beyond, thank you. But beyond the friendships and memories, this place also changed me in a deeper way. It's where my relationship with God really began to grow. The school didn't just change me academically or socially, it helped me strengthen my walk with God, and that's something I'll carry with me long after I leave here. To all my teachers, thank you for your patience, your guidance, and for pushing me even when I didn't always want to be pushed. You've made a lasting impact on who I am today. To my parents and family, thank you for your constant support, your sacrifices, and your belief in me. I wouldn't be standing here without you. And to my friends, you made these years much more bearable and memorable. Every laugh, every moment, every memory means more than I can put into words. I want to specifically thank a few people. Thank you, Aurelia, for being the first person here at this school to be there for me. You were the first person who made me feel welcomed in a place where I didn't feel as if I belonged. Thank you, Rhoda, for being my voice whenever I was too shy or nervous to speak out. Thank you for always being the person who kept me in check academically despite the irony in that. Even when we fight and have petty arguments, we always manage to mend our friendship and grow even closer. I'll always be thankful for you. Thank you, Valerie, for being the person that's always there for me. Thank you for your constant patience and care. You're my favorite person here, and I'll always thank God for allowing me to have you in my life. Thank you, Loon, Jennifer, and Tim for teaching me that life is much more than worrying about what others think about you. Thank you guys for showing me that it's okay to be yourself without the constant fear of thinking that people are judging you. I'll always remember our study halls where Jennifer kept farting and just wouldn't stop. I thank all of my classmates for impacting and changing my life. You've all truly made this experience special and unforgettable, and I'm thankful I was able to share these school years with all of you. As we all move forward into different paths, I want to leave you all with this verse. Jeremiah 29:11. For I know the thoughts that I think towards you, saith the Lord, thoughts of peace and not of evil, to give you an expected end. Thank you, and I hope God guides all of you to a rewarding future.
I fumbled immediately. Hi, guys. Okay, I'm gonna lock in. I attended Suburban Christian School 3 years ago as an atheist, and I didn't believe in God, even though I grew up in a Christian home. But I'm leaving the school as a believer in Christ, and I'm incredibly grateful to the people I've met and for the friends I've made. It feels like just yesterday I was in middle school. These 3 years I've attended this school, I got more engaged and closer to my classmates. I was told by previous students that attended this school that the class of 2026 was the worst class ever, and everyone hates them, and nobody likes them. And I've never been so baffled at how true something could be. This class did make me realize, however, even if everyone or like any of the teachers at the school didn't like them, what mattered more was their close friendship with each other, and that the bond to them was stronger than anything else. I was able to experience it for myself and saw in how close everyone was, and the bonds you make are stronger than people's opinions on your class. I'm thankful to all my teachers and administrations that were able to lead me to where I'm here today. But I would like to give a special shout out to the teacher, Mr. Hobson, the teacher that helped grew my faith and belief in God. I always felt like I was never to be close to God earlier in my teenage years, just because I didn't simply understand what I was being told. And maybe that's because we were taught about hell way too harshly when I was like 5 years old, and I was too scared to understand anything. But yet Mr. Hobson taught me so many things that were spiritually beneficial, even if it meant talking like for 30 minutes and like 10% like learning in class maybe. But in a gentle way that still struck me powerfully. I'm proud to say that he was my Bible teacher that led me to Christ way stronger, and I'm very thankful God has brought me to this school to be your student. And I'm thankful you led me to God. And by the way, I never took that one verse quiz that we had to take the last week of school last year. I just wanted to just mention that. But to my old connections, I couldn't be happier to say that I've been seeing my old friends from my previous school and rekindle our friendships. Lou, you're the speed to my guy Sanat. I never thought I'd be friends with you again, considering we had like the biggest argument of all time back in 7th grade. But I guess I really did follow you in the end after all. Tanem, you're the perfect friend that I think, you're the perfect friend for me who has the right amount of sass and attitude, but you're so girly on my level. And I'm very happy you were there for me through my struggles and you keep me up on my legs. Larry, being best friends with you was like the last thing I'd ever think to happen, considering we moved here at the same time. And I still don't know how we got close at all, but that might have been the best thing that happened to me. I'll be very devastated knowing that we won't see you, me, Tanem, and Loon won't see you every day in school next school year. And Gracie, I feel as if we didn't have enough time together in school, even though as of right now we see each other 2 times every week. If only you just went to school and didn't skip to play Mobile Legends all day. But I always felt if God sent me an angel as a friend to help me in my life, you're my angel. For a strange divine reason, it was incredibly easy to open up to you about my past religious choices, and you just knew what to say, and I wonder why. And I would also like to thank Kelly, Valerie, and Rhoda. I didn't expect to be super close to them this year, but that's because I found out you guys were secretly like losers. Just like me, like having the same interests as me. But I'm glad to say that we got closer. And I would like to thank my parents for never giving up on me. I was incredibly blessed to have both parents who weren't scared to tell me I love you, considering we're from a culture where audibly saying that was considered to be taboo, and always encouraged me every single day in my life. I'm so glad they prayed for me even when I was in the womb and out every single day. Even though I'm the oldest, I'll always be their baby. And for my future, I'm completely lost and I don't know what to do. I have no ambition in life, which makes it ironic because my assignment for English, the word I got was ambition. I don't know what or where God will take me, but all I know is that because of God, I am here where I'm at today. And this, this is me incorporating my favorite show into my speech, and this quote helped me get up on my feet a couple of times. If you're feeling disheartened that you are somehow not enough, set your heart ablaze. Dry your eyes and look ahead. You may feel like digging your heels in, but the flow of time waits for no one. What this means to me is to take your feelings of weakness, but use it as fuel to burn even brighter than your worries, to grit your teeth and move forward in life. Time doesn't stop, and all we can do is go on with our lives, but you set your heart ablaze. And to you guys, what I would like to say is if you ever feel like you're drowning in your worries, always remember that our Savior, Jesus Christ, walks on water. Thank you, and I wish nothing but the best for the class of 2026.
Hello, my name is Aurelia Rosario, and I want to take a moment to look at the people who've spent years preparing us for this world that exists beyond this church. Thank you for the grace that you guys have all extended, especially when our minds were clearly elsewhere, especially Chad, sleeping in like every class, and the tireless patience that turned our potential into reality. You didn't just teach us things, you also built my life. So the first person I want to thank is God. Honestly, I don't even know where to start. But I want to give him all the glory for leading me to exactly where I am today. Looking back, I realized that his ways are much higher than mine. Especially when my old school closed down, I was very overwhelmed and I was confused. And I was really struggling to understand why he closed down such a great school to begin with. And then coming here in 5th grade was like stepping into the unknown because y'all were pretty weird, I'm gonna be honest. I spent the first few months feeling things out, and I was convinced that I honestly didn't belong because y'all like knew each other from like kindergarten, and I was wondering if I would ever fit into the bigger picture. But God was definitely working in the silence. What I thought was a setback in my life was actually just his redirection in my life, placing me exactly where I needed to be to grow, and I don't want to be anywhere else. I am so deeply grateful for the way that he has shaped my journey at this school, and he replaced my confusion with a sense of purpose, and he surrounded me with an amazing class and amazing friends who have definitely become like family to me. I stand here today knowing that even when life feels uncertain, I can trust the Lord always. Now I want to thank some of my teachers. Pastor Ray, I know you're not here, but thank you for seeing us as more than just students, and thank you for teaching us ethics. You've definitely helped me, and you've definitely grounded my values. And the questions that I once had about the Bible, you've turned into a firm foundation. And the same goes for you, Pastor Hobson. You've definitely done the same thing. And to Mr. Sarver, you did the impossible. You took me from like starting to understand math in like 8th grade with Miss Parker to now loving math. And even when I was convinced that I was absolutely terrible, I mean, Miss Miller probably still has my grades somewhere from 7th grade. You can ask her. And you showed me that no problem is too big if you have the right mindset, especially the recent math problems. Yeah. Because of your encouragement, I'm not just heading to college, I'm also heading there with a math minor. So thank you for shaping that part of my life, because now I'm going to pursue math as a degree. And thank you to Ms. Parker. You came out of retirement for the first physics class, and you definitely braved the world with us. You did more than challenge, but I'll just say challenge. You challenged us to think in ways that we never had before. You also helped me realize that I am definitely not going to be a physicist when I grow up, and I'm definitely not touching another science book. That complicated again. But you definitely taught me something better. You taught me to tackle a challenge even when it feels like rocket science. To Miss Miller, way in the back over there, where do I begin? Thank you for attempting to teach me Spanish class and like just Spanish in general. Yeah, I'll probably forget all of it. I'm sorry. But more importantly, thank you for being our life coach, as I keep telling you. Yeah, see, Juan knows. I love the stories that you would randomly tell, but they weren't like, well, we would purposely try to get you off rabbit trails sometimes, but they weren't distractions. There were definitely life lessons in there about character. And I'll carry some of those stories with me much longer than some conjugation charts ever will. To Ms. Rueg, you made English feel like a conversation rather than a chore. Thank you for, all right, thanks, Zach. Thank you for helping me find my voice on paper. And thank you for the laughter that we all shared. And thank you for just listening to us, especially when people were rage baiting Aubrey in that class. It was pretty interesting. And knowing that you actually took the time to get to know us made all the difference. To Dr. Borders, I appreciate your monumental effort into teaching me history and government and econ. Even if the dates and the names and the random econ terms fade over time, which they definitely will, I never forget the way that you pushed me to understand a world that we're going to inherit today, even though you've turned me off from doing anything in politics and government. Yeah, that's not happening. To Ms. Reynolds, thank you for just everything you've done. You've been like doing everything for us. You made our high school experience very fun, and thank you for always planning our events and to help us grow closer. Thank you to Miss Effinger. Last year she was my cadet teacher, and she helped me grow and realize the things that I need to do to be a better person and to be a better teacher. And then finally to my family. This is probably where I'm gonna cry. To my parents, thank you feels far too small for the debt that I owe you. You've been my steady ground through every high and every low. To my mom, thank you for being the person that I could always come to when I was upset, and for truly listening. You made me laugh even when I want to cry, and that is something that I love and hate about you at the exact same time. As even when I was angry, you always made me laugh. And thank you for letting me read my English papers to make sure that they're grammatically correct, even at like 11:58 at night. To my dad, thank you for the late nights and the study sessions, and for listening to me read my econ papers, just because I didn't know if they made any sense. And also thank you for helping me in Spanish, especially when I got lost, because I always had to come to you for Spanish, because yeah, Mom could not pronounce the words right. Thank you for always pointing me back to the Lord, both of you. I'm the person I am today because of both of you, and the achievement of graduation isn't just mine, and it belongs to both of you, just as much as it does to me. To my younger siblings, you are my built-in best friends. Even on the days that I got my nerves, like even when you got on my nerves, coming home to you guys just made the day feel better, and sometimes worse. My prayer is that you guys continue to grow in your character and remain faithful to the Lord. And just know that I'll always be your biggest fan and supporting you guys. And to my grandparents, thank you for your unwavering support and for the Sunday dinners that we go to like every Sunday religiously. And your love is just like the center around this family. And thank you to my grandpa for helping me learn how to fix things, because, yeah, I'm going to need to learn how to fix a car one day. Yeah. So now to my friends. Kelly, we'll start with you over there, I guess. When we met, you were very shy and soft-spoken, and I never would have guessed that you were a very interesting and vibrant person that I was going to get to know. I truly believe that God places certain people in our lives at just the right time, and I'm grateful that you brought us together. As we became friends, I got to see the real side of you and not just the quiet side. The side that is incredibly fun and intelligent and also can be very interesting. You have a way of brightening up the room when you walk into it. As you head off on your journey to become a dental hygienist, I have no doubt that your kindness will be a blessing to everyone that you encounter in college. And I'm so proud of you, and I can't wait to see how God continues to use your talent in this next chapter. And then to Valerie, it has been such a gift to have you by my side throughout, like, everything. Even though you're still trying to wonder what exactly you're going to do with your life, I wish you all the best. I want you to know that it's okay to be in a season of discovery. So just take time, feel things out, and know exactly what you're going to do. I truly believe that God doesn't require us to have all the answers right now. He just asks that you trust him and with the next step of your life. I'm so incredibly happy that the next step for both of us is going to be the same, and that we'll be heading off to college together and having a friendship. Having a friendship at the start of a new chapter is very truly a blessing, because I was a little scared that I wasn't going to know anybody and be a loner again. You are someone who brings so much value and life to those around you, and I know that as you seek his will, the right doors will open for you, and I can't wait to be right with you to see the amazing things that God has in store for you. And to Rhoda, to be completely honest, if I told myself way back in, like, I don't even know when you came. When did you come? Like 8th grade, something like that? I don't know. Anyway, I definitely wouldn't have believed myself if I told you we were ever going to be friends. We didn't exactly click at first, which is probably an understatement. We did not like each other at all. But I've learned that God often has a funny way of working things out and working through my initial judgments of you. I now know that you're exactly the person that I need. Once I look past my first impressions of you, I found a friend who is not only the most fashionable person that I know, but someone who has a heart of gold. Rhoda, you carry yourself with such style and grace, but it's your friendship that is truly beautiful. I'm so glad that God has changed my heart and that we could be together. And just thank you to all three of you for making life interesting. And then to Steven, yeah, because you asked me to put you in this paper. Thank you for talking to me about random stuff. Yeah, just the randomest things. And then you made my very boring day interesting. And you could always tell when I was down or like when I was angry, and so you always made me feel better. And then to Juan, I have to say thank you for helping me out in Spanish class, because otherwise I would not be getting the grade that I am right now, because it's not good, guys. And then, yeah, some special shout-outs are to my physics classmates. Guys, we're almost there. We're going to make it, I promise. Yeah, we're going to make it, guys. I promise. We don't want to have to take that final exam. And then to my small group, just thank you guys so much. You guys have all been awesome. And I've definitely learned a lot from your guys' lives. And I hope that I've influenced you just as much as you've influenced me. And just thank you guys for being the community that I needed. And then finally to my underclassmen, They always tell you that high school definitely flies by, and when I was sitting where you guys were sitting, I always used to roll my eyes, and I was like, no, it doesn't. It's like 3 years. Like, come on, it's 3 years. Um, but now, standing here, I can tell you that they're definitely right. And my advice to you is very simple. Don't spend the years trying to fit into someone else's box. Take the weird classes or the hard classes, especially like physics, yeah. Go to the game even when you're exhausted. Be the person who is too nice or too enthusiastic. Looking back, you will never regret the things that you did with passion. You'll only regret the times you held back because you were afraid of what people might think. Above all, seek God in the small things and keep him close to your heart. And to my fellow classmates, thank you for making life very interesting and every day interesting. I cannot fathom the ways or the different ways that we rage baited Aubrey every time. This the many different ways. You all made me laugh, like no matter what day I was having, and you all made every day very interesting. And I hope that all of your guys' dreams and ambitions come true. And as we move forward, I want to leave you with my life verse, Philippians 1:20. And it says, according to my earnest expectation and my hope, that in nothing I shall be ashamed, and that with all boldness, as always, so now also Christ shall be magnified in my body, whether it be by life or by death. And as we graduate, we will face hard decisions and a world that may ask us to compromise our faith. My prayer for you guys is this: never be ashamed of the Lord, whatever profession that you choose. Let your life be magnified for his grace, and let the Lord lead you in his path. Oh, Lou. Yes,
Hi. My name is Loon, and I've been looking forward to this day. Not just because it's the end of high school, but because it's the beginning of everything else. But I didn't get here alone. First, I want to thank my teachers, my parents, my class, and God for making all of this possible. I was raised in public school up until 8th grade when I was enrolled here, and I can't lie, I didn't always love this school, but looking back, it shaped me to who I am today. Mrs. Glover, you showed me what it means to grow into a woman of God. Mrs. Rosario, you showed me what it looks like to love others even through hardship. To Mrs. Haywood and my teacher's aide class, thank you for turning a simple teacher's aide period into one of my highlights of their senior year. Honestly, I didn't think I was a kids person before this year, but you changed all of that. Thank you, Pastor Ray, for equipping us with the spiritual tools to carry God's word with us. Mrs. Reynolds, thank you for being the best sponsor, and I wish I had your class. Mrs. Rurik and Dr. Borders, thank you for dealing with us. And Mr. and Mrs. Gore, you were more than teachers, more than just teachers. You listened, you cared, and you reminded me that what I was going through mattered, so thank you. I also want to thank my friends who are not here because they live in completely different countries. Jazz and Sia, I was never an outsider with you. You guys always include me in everything, and that meant more than you know. Millie, you saw me when I needed help, and you showed up. Then you gave me an opportunity that completely changed the direction of my life. Now I want to take a bit to talk about my classmates. To Andrew, Brady, Luke, and Zach, I want to recognize you for outstanding performance in the background for the last 4 years. I didn't talk to you, but your presence was definitely noted. Samuel, our class president, you might actually be the most awkward person I've ever met. It makes the rest of us feel so much better about our own social skills. Steven, honestly, every time I try to think of something memorable about you, I just can't. It's hard to have memories of someone when their favorite class activity is sleeping. Juan and David, I was told to keep this speech appropriate, so I'm going to skip them entirely. Let's just pray they don't go to the same college. Also want to thank my good friend Aiden Montgomery. He taught me that it's possible to talk for 45 minutes straight about absolutely nothing. This morning, he specifically asked to be included in the speech because he opened the door for me on our way to teacher's aid. Holding open that heavy modular door. I honestly don't know how I would have holding open that heavy modular door. I honestly don't know how I would have graduated without your 3-second sacrifice. You are truly a cornerstone of this class, and I truly see the firefighter in you. Kenzie and Abby, for being my favorite low-effort, high-reward friendships. It's always comfortable and never forced, and I really appreciate you both. Aurelia, you're a one smart cookie. Like, like you're like the highest GPA in the room smart, but whenever I talk to you in our small groups, I'm 90% sure you're just mentally rearranging your Spotify playlist instead of listening to any words I say. Rhoda, you're officially the most powerful, strongest person in our class. Honestly, your attitude is so sharp, I'm pretty sure it once cut my GPA in half. I've spent the last 4 years genuinely terrified of you, and it has been an absolute privilege to be your friend, mostly because I know you'll protect me from everyone else. I'm hoping your sheer power will allow me to graduate. Kelly and Valerie, you two are generally the reason why I have high blood pressure at 17. You're loud, you do entirely too much, and you have absolutely zero volume control. But honestly, my life would be painfully boring without you two, making everything 10 times more chaotic and hilarious than it needs to be. Lurie, thanks for acting like you don't care when I actually know you do. It's been an honor being slightly better than you in art, and I look forward to you never admitting it. Thanks for being the absolute best at annoying me. Honestly, I don't know who else is going to dedicate this much of their life to being a pain in my neck. You're truly one in a billion. Now we have Jennifer. Jennifer and I met in 6th grade when I was still in public school, and honestly, I didn't expect this friendship to follow me here, mostly because I thought she'd get arrested for something silly by 10th grade, but she didn't. Seriously, she's the most chaotic person I ever met. I thought I was weird, but she took my weirdness and turned it into a full-time unhinged lifestyle. There's never a calm moment with her, but beyond all of that, where am I? Jennifer, you're more than chaotic. You're someone who made school feel less boring, less stressful, and honestly, just easier to get through. You made even the smallest moments feel like something worth remembering. My favorite moments with you were the simple ones, like when you would come over to my house and we'd watch all types of movie, and it didn't matter what we were watching. We'd talk over it, laugh at random parts, or just sit there and exist. Those moments were never anything big, but somehow they meant the most. So yeah, you're weird. Probably one of the most chaotic people I know, but I wouldn't trade you for the world, even if you were a total liability. I want to take a moment to talk about my best friend, Tuna. We've known each other since 6th grade. There are times where I thought I was supposed to guide you, but in reality, you were guiding me, especially in my faith. You brought me closer to God in ways you probably don't even realize. Through the way you live, the way you speak, the way you carry yourself. You showed me what it looks like to actually walk with Him. We see each other in all our phases, the good moments, the messy ones, and the versions of ourselves that would definitely be blackmail material if this friendship ever goes south. And that kind of loyalty is something I'll never forget. And I think that's what makes this so hard. Not seeing you every day is going to take some time to get used to, mostly because I don't know who else is going to keep me out of trouble. Whoever ends up becoming friends with you down the line should know they got really lucky. I don't see this as the end of us, even if life takes us in different directions. I believe God put certain people in our lives for a reason, and I trust that we'll stay connected somehow. So thank you to them for being there when I needed it, even when I didn't say it out loud. I'm grateful you've been a part of my life, and grateful to God for putting you in my, I don't know why I just repeat that, but anyways. Wade, honestly, I'm relieved you ended up with Tunem. You're actually surprisingly a responsible troublemaker, and Tunem captured a menace to society in her hands. Class of 2026, the class that I've been with all these years, I honestly wouldn't trade them for anything, mostly because I don't think anyone else would take us. No matter how much the teachers try to separate us in our seating charts, we always find a way to talk. We didn't always follow the rules, but we definitely followed our own, which is actually kind of worse. but we made every day more interesting, and that's something I'll miss. This class taught me not to take things so seriously and to generally just enjoy life without stress. Even though we're all going our separate ways, the memories we made will stick with me. So I'm glad it was this class I got to be in. And last but not least, I want to talk about my family. First, my sisters. Usangpoy, you've always been someone I could go to for the things I didn't understand about myself. It helped me figure out how to care myself and how to navigate relationships and how to move through life with more confidence. And then there's Amanpi. You've always been someone I could rely on when it came to making decisions and thinking about my future. It pushed me to take things more seriously, to think where I'm going, and not to just settle. You guys were a part of my childhood and part of the way I learned things, part of the way I became who I am. And my parents. I am the living result of my parents' sacrifice. They left everything behind in Malaysia and started from nothing to give me an easier life. They made a decision to come to the US, not because it was easy, and not because everything was guaranteed, but because they wanted something better, not for themselves, but for me. A chance at something greater than what they had. My mom puts a lot of effort into making sure I'm okay. From her, I didn't just hear about faith, I saw it. And my dad, he showed me what strength really looks like, not just being strong when things are easy, but staying strong when things are hard. Then my little brother, my annoying little brother, Joshua Kai. We grew up a year apart, but side by side. Same house, same talent, different ways of creating. You built and crafted, and I drew. Even our differences, we were always connected. And even though you're younger than me, you've always carried yourself in a way that felt older. You were more disciplined, more patient, and more thoughtful than I gave you credit for. You forgive in a way that's rare. I've seen you let go of things that I know wouldn't have been able to. I've seen people do things, say things to you, and instead of holding on to it, you chose peace. And that type of grace reminds me of God. The way he forgives us, even when we don't deserve it. There's never been a version of me without you. Like standing outside, just waiting quietly to hear the ice cream truck in the distance. And the second we heard it, we chased it down. And I may not always show it, but I really love you. I hate when people mess with you or talk bad about you. And when you get in trouble, it affects me more than you realize. My heart actually hurts because I know who you are, and I know your heart. And I'm proud of you. And I want to be honest. I don't always feel like I was the best sister that you deserved. You deserve the best version of me, and I know I didn't always give you that. But I hope as you grow, you meet people in your life who can take care of you in the ways that I couldn't. People who look out for you, who support you, who remind you of your worth, because you deserve that. And as I get ready to leave for boot camp, there's something I need from you too. Take care of mom and dad. Be there for them. Help them the way you always do with that same heart you carried. They're going to miss me, but I know they still have you, and that brings me peace. And even though I won't always be there physically, I need you to know this. My dearest brother, you still have me, no matter where I am, no matter where I go. If you need me, I'll be there. I'll always pick up. I'll always listen. I'll always be your sister first. And that doesn't change. And I don't say this enough, but I love you. And I'm going to miss you, my little brother. For a long time, I struggled with self-love, always measuring myself by what others thought, how I looked, acted, or was perceived, until I lost sight of what God thought of me. No matter how hard I tried to be enough, there was always something to fix. And I started to believe I wasn't doing enough or I wasn't enough. But God placed me here with a purpose. Not because of what I've done, but because of who made me. Psalm 34:18 says, "The Lord is near to the broken-hearted and saves those who are crushed in spirit." And I've learned he meets us in our weakest moments, not after we're fixed, If you're sitting here, underclassmen, feeling discouraged, hiding a heavy heart behind a smile, you're not alone. God sees every part of you and is right beside you. And even when you can't find the words, you don't have to be perfect or have all the answers. Come to him as you are. Your worth isn't defined by comparison or approval. It's given by the one who made you, with intention and purpose. I'm still growing, but I know my value comes from him, and yours does too. 13 years, and it brought me here, to where I am today. Through every doubt, every moment, I felt lost. Every time I thought I wasn't enough, I'm still here. And I know I didn't get here alone. God was with me through all of it, even in the moments I didn't feel him. And if I can make it this far, so can you. So to the class of 2026, we made it. And to the ones coming after us, don't give up. Even when it's hard, even when it feels like too much, keep going. Because one day you'll be standing here too. Thank you.
Well, thank you, seniors, for sharing those moments with us. Rejoice with you for the ways that you have been drawn closer to God because of your time here. That's what we really want our school to be about. I know it's not perfect, and your teachers aren't perfect, and you're not perfect, and we live in imperfect worlds. But thankfully, we have a Lord that is perfect and can take us and shape us. And my heart is thrilled from the things I've heard today. So I know we've taken a little more time, but that's okay. Is there a student in the room that's upset that we haven't made it to fifth period yet? Okay, I didn't think so. Okay, but we're heading that way now. Okay, so I know, but lunch isn't too far behind. But thank you, seniors. I look forward to next week and hearing from the other 10 seniors. They have a high bar to achieve with their speeches. So